I'm in discovery mode with flex tools, and this oscillating saw is next on my list. I want to know if this brand can hang with the big boys, or am I wasting my time trying to find out? We've had some fun filming some of these flex videos. Why, doctor, are you doing flex? Well, when you're searching for the best chop saw, what pops up from the internet is a list, and in that list we were getting DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee, but occasionally we were getting flex. Why flex? Why is flex popping up? It's a disruptor, we call it, in the industry, where actually working guys are picking up this brand. The price is set right. I'm not gonna say it's cheap, but it's just maybe a little more in line with a certain budget, okay? So I bought all this stuff at Lowe's Home Improvement in my local town. With that being said, so far so good with the brand. It feels really good in your hand. It looks like it's very well built. There's a lot of great features. The issue I have is that if I want to review this tool with a 6 amp hour battery, I went to 3 different Lowe's in my local town, and I could not find a 6 amp hour battery. The best I could do was a 3.5 amp hour battery. That's what I have. We're comparing it to a DeWalt 5 amp hour power stack. This is a similar technology power stack. What that means is instead of having round cells like a standard AA battery inside the battery pack, it looks like a pack of gum stacked on top of each other. So that's what the technology's gone to. I think they can pack more energy into a battery if they do this flat technology versus round ones. Okay. I'm still hoping and praying that someday, just like on my drones, they adapt LiPo technology, lithium polymer, and I don't know if they're going to, because I know there's a big heat issue with that, but the drone community has seemed to figure it out. DJI has definitely figured it out. I would love to see LiPo as a future in our battery technology and our power tools. Maybe someday we will. Let's roll over the features of this. So easy on off, definitely a swappable battery platform. It's a 24 volt platform. You just take the battery, boom, it's on. This one has 5 different speeds. You can raise and lower right here. Okay, that's one. I usually leave everything maxed out. It's very rarely that I'll take a tool and dial it down. Shame on me. Usually on a trigger mechanism like this DeWalt, I can adjust the speed of the actual tool, versus this one I cannot. It's got a switch instead of a trigger, which sometimes is cool, but sometimes it's not, because you actually have to go to the trigger to turn it on and off. So I'm gonna turn it on. So maybe you need it to be on a lower speed for a real delicate cut or something. So I get that. It's just not usually how I attack things. I usually put it on high, but again, I'm used to feathering a trigger. Okay, I can tell you right now, this tool is quieter. This is one of the more obnoxious tools that you can own. They get really loud. If you're not wearing hearing protection, it can bug you after a few minutes, let alone longer. I've had to run one of these for a half an hour before, and I was like, ugh, give me some ears, man. Okay, so one cool thing I'm torn on is how they mount the blade. Bosch has the same technology. It's called a star lock. So instead of having to press a plunger to take your blade on and off, now this DeWalt one, it's a little bit sticky, and you really have to pull in on it, and then you gotta kind of pull the blade off. On this particular tool, you're gonna twist the top. See, there's even an arrow right here that shows you where to twist it. So you twist the top like so, and it just drops the blade right off. Now this is what a star lock mechanism looks like as far as on the blade. The thing is, usually Starlock blades cost more. These blades for oscillators are not cheap. It's like a racket. Like, they really get you on the blades, regardless of the brand, regardless of the type. Maybe that flex blades are a little bit less, hopefully. You can see that right now, the center of this head is closed. When I turn this dial, it's gonna open up, and that's what keeps the blade engaged. It's a lot faster. So boom, I got the blade, I hold it on, I drop it, it's locked. If I need to do like a detail where I gotta cut like this, and sometimes I do use this feature, so for me, this makes sense to have. You can just quickly turn it, lock it. One thing I do like is when you turn this on, there's 2 LEDs right here. There's an LED on this one as well. It's just nice to have a light. This is much quieter. I'd say this is 50% quieter than this one. Holy cow, that is huge. Let's just put it like I normally use this thing. So I'm just gonna go right up, straight up and down 90 degrees, lock the head. It's locked in, and it was only 100 bucks for the tool only. I think it was $99, which is not a bad price. Like I said before in several of my videos, I think the companies, they'll give you a tool for cost if they sell you a battery for a profit. It's the battery platform on every single tool manufacturer where it's profitable. If these flex batteries last, I know there's a lot of pros out there and a lot of DIYers that use this brand. How is your battery lasting? I've already had comments about it. I've had some people say, hey, I love my flex tools, but I had a battery issue. Was it a certain run of batteries from certain dates? Or is it just every time you buy batteries, you're losing 1 out of 5? I don't know. All right, enough about the tool. Let's put it to use. Let's see how it cuts. Let's see if it operates the same as what I'm used to using, and then I'll give you some final impressions. So we do have this 4x4 that we use for some testing, and it has several layers of ripped lines in it. Here's a knot right here, and I'll plunge down. These blades are brand new, have not been used, and I put a brand new blade on this DeWalt too for comparison. So I've got my speed all the way up to 5. I've got this end right here that has these cuts just for giggles. Yeah, because usually when you're working, you're going by some kind of a identifier, a line or something like that. So let's just start by cutting a little chunk out with this guy, and then we'll go ahead and do the same thing with the DeWalt. Now, DeWalt did send me these blades. They sent them to me complimentary. I didn't have to pay for them. Not crazy about them. They're not quite as aggressive. They have this special angled cut for some reason on here. So cool. We'll go ahead and use this blade. It's brand new. Here we go with the flex. To be honest, that cut kind of like butter. Brand new blade, brand new tool, but it did feel really good to cut in. So let's go ahead and use this DeWalt. Again, I'm using a 5 amp hour battery. It's probably the closest thing I have to this 3.5 amp hour battery. So we'll finish the cut with this. Now, this is gonna get louder, guys, so sorry. Turn down your volume now. Gonna do something real quick. Because I started this cut on the end grain, I just want to go in a little bit deeper with the flex one more time and see what I get. I think that's a win, man. I'll tell you one thing right now, the noise level. Just having less noise blasting in your ears. I have bad hearing because of 30 years of tool usage and not wearing hearing protection. So having a tool that does what I need it to do, and it did it a little bit quicker. I think a lot of that has to do with the blade, but I can't drop this blade on this tool, unfortunately, because of this proprietary technology. I have to buy Star-Lock blades. So that's a frustrating thing. When you have an arsenal of tools, I have 2 of these, right? And I already have this style set up. So now if I keep this tool, I gotta get new blades that will fit this. But since I already have a Bosch with this system, probably gonna keep this tool as well because of the noise, the less noise. I'd say this is a win for $99, tool only. And then you gotta go get your own batteries, guys. We'll keep the impact driver, we'll keep this tool, we'll keep some batteries. I'll send these videos to Flex and see if they're interested in maybe sending us some more stuff that we can review for our YouTube channel, okay? If you wanna hear from industry professionals, you wanna learn a little something about their backstory and their history, check out our podcast. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget, please hit the subscribe button. Have a great day.